Have you ever asked yourself if the water you're drinking is completely clean and pure? Hi there, my name is Alanis Rojas, I'm 16 years old, I'm from Colombia, and this is my situation. I live in this city built up on a hill called Barranquilla, in which there's this particular historical phenomenon that occurs sometimes, better known as arroyos. But what are arroyos? Arroyos are streams of water that flow in the streets every time it rains. Although the strength and size of these streams depend on how much and how strong it rains. They cause fluent traffic interruption. They can be very dangerous when they're potentially strong, to the point where they have even taken lives away. But there is a worse problem here. People throw all kinds of waste, especially plastic, to these arroyos because they consider it the easiest way to get rid of all the accumulated waste in their homes. And unfortunately, this is seen as something normal and part of the culture since years back. Something that has been done to prevent the arroyos from flowing or growing bigger and stronger is that the government, along with other companies, have built drains, which get clogged due to pieces of plastic waste. Having said that, it means that the arroyos and the plastic it carries with them continues to flow, reaching the river that we know here as Rio Magdalena, contaminating its water, which is the same water that some part of the population depends on to be able to take a shower, eat, quench their thirst, etc. And not only that, but it continues to flow. It doesn't stop until reaching the ocean, causing a large spread and accumulation of both plastic and microplastics that degrade with time on the bottom and surface of these aquatic ecosystems. And as a consequence of all of this, animals start and continue to die because of consuming that plastic, thinking that it's real food or that they get entangled to it. So, we depend on the water of these ecosystems to keep our body healthy and hydrated. Which makes me ask myself this question: is this water really completely clean even though there are different procedures to purify it? Or what about the animals that we eat, like fishes? These same fishes may have eaten plastic directly or eaten an animal that consumed plastic before. It all starts to become a toxic food chain. If we think about all these things, we somehow build some sort of consciousness that not only wildlife and even plants that live in these ecosystems are dying, but we ourselves are risking our own health and life. In my city, there is this company called AAA who's in charge of managing the aqueducts, sewage, and cleanliness of Barranquilla. They've decided to start this campaign that consists in educating children and teenagers from different institutions around the city about the right disposal of solid waste while collecting it in their schools and their surroundings. I think this is a great initiative because the actual future of the society realizes that this cultural habit that some adults and older people are used to is not right, and do something to change it. Conscience is what it's all about. Let's not wait to be sanctioned to be friendly with our environment. We can start by doing something that, may sound very cliche and all, but to be honest, it's easier to say that you already know it than actually doing it. And that is reusing plastic. In the case of plastic containers, like this bottle right here, wouldn't it be great for you to have your own plastic bottle of water waiting for you every time you're thirsty at home, in this case? Or all your family members having one for the sake of your hygiene? Or in the case of plastic bags, and when you go grocery shopping, you can reuse them. All of this is very functional after all. And if you don't want to do any of these things, you can collect the plastic that you use at home for companies to be able to recycle it. Which, by the way, shouldn't contribute to keep on creating and producing plastic of single use or single-use plastic. If we don't want to be aware or are not aware of the damage that we're causing to wildlife, plants, and the rest of the environment, let's at least think of our own survival. We depend on all those species and ecosystems to survive, after all. We are the only ones that can transform our own creations in this case plastic or anything, into something commonly beneficial. Then lastly, to answer the question of what global issue am I passionate about solving, I'm passionate about decreasing plastic waste contamination, about helping or preventing animals from dying the way they die, consuming plastic. And I want to contribute to building a society full of consciousness and not of plastic. And I want to start with my community.